Okay, my name is Roger Batson. I am approaching 81 years of age, and I was born in a suburb of Coffeyville, Kansas, which is southeast Kansas. And my grandfather was a farmer, and my dad worked at the Coffeyville brick plant. And this was the time when the war was approaching, and my family decided that my dad didn't want to farm, and my mother didn't really work there, and they decided they would go to California, and they'd go out there and go to work. My dad worked as a security guard in Stockton, California, and my mother worked as what I call Rosie the Riveter. She worked on the boats, and they actually riveted, the women did. Men were all fighting the wars, and so the women were doing all the work. And I went to grade school, to Fair Oaks Grade School in Coffeyville the first 6 years. And then my dad got a job with the Santa Fe Railroad, and the war ended. My grandfather and grandmother actually came up to central United States from Key West, Florida. My grandfather was born and raised in Key West, and my grandmother came from Spain. She was Spanish, and my grandmother came with her father. They owned what is called the Cordova Hotel in Key West, and of course my grandfather, being a typical young man, courted her, and they married. And in fact, they had 2 kids there, and they didn't think there was any future with them down there, and they decided they were going to come up so my grandfather could go to work on the Katy Railroad in Coffeyville, Kansas. And he worked there and farmed, and my grandmother ran a restaurant there in town. And so they proceeded to raise their other 5 children there in Coffeyville, plus the 2 older ones.